Grammar lessons are sometimes considered to be equal to max lessons. Well, at least to most of us, or some of us, or few of us. But grammar plays an integral part in learning English language. Moreover, tense forms play a crucial role in allowing a learner to communicate appropriately. Yes, it is not just important to communicate alone. It is important to communicate appropriately. The basic fact anyone learning English would be aware is that tense forms should be applied to the verb, and tense forms are necessary for us to understand the time. Since it is applied to a verb, we get to know the time of the action. Apart from this, the general feature of a tense form to indicate the time of the action referred to by the verb, a tense form can also have other unique features. I guess I have tempted your curiosity, so watch this short video on simple tense to find more about the unique features of the simple tense form. First things first, simple tense is used to describe habits, unchanging situations, general truth, and fixed arrangements. To describe habits, example, I smoke. I is the noun here, smoke is the verb here. I smokes makes meaning and smoke is in simple tense form. Unchanging situations. Example, I work in Chennai. Work here is in simple tense form. To describe general truth. Example, sun rises in the east. To give instructions or directions. Example, you walk 100 meters and turn left. Walk here is in simple tense form. To describe fixed arrangements. Example, your exam starts at 9 a.m. Starts here is in simple tense form. Let us look at the three forms of simple tense form. They are simple present, simple future, and simple past. Let us look at examples of each type and the rules that govern the tense form if there are any. First, simple present. Look at the examples of simple present sentences. I smoke. I work in Chennai. You walk 100 meters and turn left. Here, like it had been notified to you in the slides before, smoke, work, walk are in simple present forms. On the other hand, whenever a tense form is used or the noun is in third person singular, the verb simple present tense always ends with an S. For example, he wants, she needs, she gives, he thinks, and he cries. Here, wants, needs, gives, thinks, cries are all in the simple present form, but then the noun is in third person singular form. Hence, we are adding S to the verb. Simple past tense. Simple past tense is used to show that a completed action took place at a specific time in the past. Also, a simple past tense is used to talk about past habits and generalizations. Simple past tense, like anyone would guess, uses the past form of a verb. And a past form of a verb is an example which is a verb which ends with ed. Example, I smoked. I worked in Chennai. I walked to the beach. I found a nice place to swim. Here, smoked, worked, walked, found are all in the simple past tense form. You could find that the word found is also in past tense but does not end with ed. Go to Google and find out more about irregular verbs and past forms of irregular verbs. Now, while learning grammar lessons, that is where you should actually start with by learning irregular verb forms and their other conjugation forms. Simple future tense. Simple future tense is used to refer to a time later than now. Expresses facts and uncertainty. Simple future tense. Like once again we have guessed when a simple past tense is or does use past tense or the verb as verb in past tense. A simple future tense also uses the future form of a verb, and whenever we have to use the future form of a verb, we always use another verb called will, right? So will, may, can, all of these are called auxiliary verbs. You could also go to Google and then find out more about auxiliary verbs. But for the time being, you should just remember that simple future tense always has will in the front of the verb, which is supposed to be as a simple future tense form, as in a simple future tense form. Example, it will rain tomorrow. She will come to school tomorrow. A scorpion's sting will paralyze the victim. Here you could see that the verbs rain, come and paralyze have been preceded by the auxiliary verb will. You could think that the simple tense form has been easily conveyed to you. But then we have just looked at only the basic rules which govern the idea of simple tense forms. There is more to explore, and there is always more to explore, especially when it comes to grammar. But do you still think grammar only focuses on rules? Let me give you a small story. When you were kids, you learned to ride a bicycle. When you learned to ride a bicycle, you did in the first moment try to understand how to ride a bicycle. That is the rules and regulations of riding a bicycle. So what are the rules and regulations of riding a bicycle? You will have to hold the handbar, but in a very loose manner. You cannot be very tight in your elbows. You will have to give a leeway for the handbars. You cannot sway your hips. You need to balance. You need to balance your whole body, otherwise you will come crashing down. Now, after 2 years, after 3 years of learning to ride a bicycle, do you still think about the rules of riding a bicycle? For example, holding the handbar, not swaying your hips, balancing your body? No, you don't. Grammar very much works in the same principle. That is, maybe in the beginning you read a lot of rules and regulations about using a particular tense form or particular grammar category or grammar rule, but then when you start to use it, when you get imbibed into it, when you learn much of it, when you explore and out of curiosity you learn a lot of grammar rules and regulations, there might be a day when you need not worry about rules and regulations, because like riding a bicycle, grammar rules or making a sentence with proper grammar rules would come to you as easy as riding a bicycle, which you are able to do today. Thank you.